Hi everyone, today we are making a thin crust supreme pizza. Let me show ya. Thin crust is a pretty simple recipe. I'm using 1 1/4 cups of all-purpose flour. I'm going to add a 1/2 teaspoon of salt, a 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder. Then I'm going to get 2 teaspoons of olive oil, and 1 teaspoon of light corn syrup, plus a 1/2 cup of water. And I'm just going to mix it all together. Making sure everything is well combined. I'm going to take my dough, my crust, put it on this non-stick parchment paper, but I still have to always put a little flour, just a little flour on my hand. And I'm just gonna kind of knead it around a little bit. And since it's still kind of sticky, I'm gonna put some flour on this parchment paper. Make sure it's not really that sticky to the mat. And then I'm going to grab my rolling pin, put a little flour on it, and y'all, I'm finna roll this out as thin as I could possibly. And the thing is, you might just have to sprinkle on a little bit more flour as you go, because sometimes you can never tell with the flour, but you want to get this as thin as you possibly can. And that's what I'm doing. My pizza pan, and I kind of sprayed it a little bit with some vegetable spray, and this is the best way I know how to lift this baby up off of here, in my case. So I'm gonna lift it up, y'all, and see how we do it. And that's it. Okay. Then I'm gonna take it and be real careful about pulling it off this parchment paper, because like I said last time, I kind of had a problem with it. And I'm thinking the same thing for this go round. I want to get it all off. Here it comes. After I have my dough situated, I'm going to take some olive oil. And what this actually is actually some olive oil mixed in with some leftover butter sauce, y'all. I just wanted to use up, but otherwise you could just use some regular, just some plain old olive oil. And I'm going to take it and put it all over the bottom, just for that extra layer of flavoring. Nice and coated. I'm going to take a fork, which you can do before coating it, but I'm going to take a fork and just poke holes all over it, just so to make sure that our crust does not bubble up. Now I'm ready to layer on my pizza sauce, whatever your favorite pizza sauce is, even if you want to make it. Now I'm gonna layer it on. And this is a cup that I'm using. And I kind of like to just put a little bit dab on a time just to make sure that I don't put too much sauce on it. But you know how much sauce you want on your pizza, but at the same time you don't want it to be way down your crust too much, especially since this is a thin crust pizza. I have 2 cups here of mozzarella cheese that I shredded, but you can definitely use the pre-shredded cheese. And I'm going to put that all over. As evenly as I can get it. And I'm also using, this is a cup of aged Havarti cheese. And I'm just going to kind of get it on there almost as evenly as I can in different spots. And lastly, y'all, I'm going to be using about a half cup of white cheddar cheese. This is my container, y'all, with all my toppings. And the first topping I'm going to grab out of it would be some pepperoni. I think I want to put about, we'll see, about 12 pieces of the pepperoni I'm going to put on here. Let me break this up though. Top of my pepperoni, I got about a 1/4 cup of Italian sausage that I just want to use up. It goes great on this as well, but it's an opportunity too, y'all, for me to use any leftover anything at this point, because this is a supreme pizza. And then I'm going to take about a handful or more of some bacon that I chopped into bits. Yep. And then I'm going to add some red onions. Just sprinkle those red onions kind of on it, make it all pretty, decorative. Green bell pepper. Nothing too fancy, but it will help our little supreme pizza look pretty supreme. It's typical of what goes on a supreme pizza, but it's your pizza. You have it your way, y'all, your way. And on top of that, I have a few mushrooms that I'm just gonna dot my pizza with. Something you don't have to do. If you don't like mushrooms, leave them out. But y'all, this is an opportunity for me to use up some things. And that's what I'm doing as well. Carefully though. You want to put those kind of last because they're full of moisture. And then y'all, what I really like putting on here, some black olives. And we're going to put these all in different little spots. I'll sprinkle some Italian seasoning on the top of it. And I like to sprinkle as much Italian seasoning, y'all, that I like, which is usually a lot. And I cannot forget, y'all, some sweet basil. I'm going to put that on there as well. Alrighty. And here's our thin crust pizza. Now I have the oven, y'all. It is preheated to 450 degrees. This is going to go into the oven, and I'm going to put it on the bottom rack. I have 2 racks, a top and a bottom, and I'm going to place this on the bottom rack because I really like my crust to be crispy. And I'm going to let this bake for about 10 to 15 minutes. Here it is, y'all. Our thin crust supreme pizza we have here. Let's now see what we got here. Here's our thin crust pizza, y'all. There it is. Now I'm getting ready to take a bite. I want you to see how that crust looks before I bite it. And here we go, y'all. Here we go. Now, this is it. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Bye-bye.